your boat on the stream. See things that make you think about where you wanna be. Leave all the pain and a sea of clouds moving mountains now. Obviously it's an oddity, so odd to see, but it's part of this odyssey of you and me. At odds with the sea, cause the waves won't fade. Been cruising for days and the boat might shake, but the ship won't sink. That's a lot of fish to catch, but they don't make plays. Got a side dish dough, keep the entree great. Know you hate it that way. I would too if I thought like you, but I don't, so it's nothing else you can really do except accept the fact that I ain't yet just a trail in the sand in the hard path. I can't control the weather, I can't predict the future. I do know the tides are high. Surfing on tsunamis, no problems and no worries. The sea is coming for me. I know that everything always comes in waves. Surfing on hello, resting on goodbye. Aloha paradise. Aloha paradise. Early as hell, you yell, headaches. Shut the fuck up before I get out of body. Just chill, sit down, stay still, don't jump, for real. Before I make out your projection and topic, let me be honest, you are the root to like all of my problems. If I was single, I wouldn't be starving, wouldn't be broke, wouldn't be tired. I would be chilling on somebody's island. Say that I'm lying, I show you the proof. Check it for one, but stretch it for two. Went out to eat by myself, pay the dub. Why is it 80 with you? Love you, I do, I swear I do, it's true. But you irritate my soul, rattle my bones. Rather be out in the cold than come home if you up. No poop, putt, no flies. I really wish you learned to say that to mine. Why don't you ever be mindful of timing? Why do you always resort to the violence? I think you addicted to crying. Have you never tried handling your problems calmly? Yet you call me, you're in constant folly. Strongly accusing wrongly. Not even Gandhi could act godly with the words you call me. You sick, the voice in your head coughing, talking like put them in a coffin. That's dead on me, on baby, on my kids. Who the fuck you think you is? Polar bear turds. You better chill, not cheating, but I will. Cause this is for the birds. Can't keep going down this road. Too much on the windshield, wind wheel. You realign your eyes and realize I've been real. I just wanna live without fear of unhappiness. You dumb, you ain't, I ain't either. Believe me, it's that easy. I've been scheming on some, so I need you to get busy for the weekend. I just want my freedom, I just need a reason. Something, anything, a morsel for you, just to justify my tweaking. I got woes, whether I stay or go, I wanna flow. I don't wanna be here no more, can I go? Woes, whether I stay or go, I wanna flow. I don't wanna be here no more, can I go? Wake up with pain in my stomach, my head hurt from her complaining. I know that this life ain't perfect, but can't you see that I'm trying? You think I struggled on purpose? Happiness comes in portions. You think that I have a potion to whisper away all your problems? Already working 12 hours to strip away every profit. My pockets look like they panic. I'm damned to dangle between prophecy and hero, performing so many miracles. If I didn't have my hubris, I wouldn't know if I'm human. Moving mountains, breaking boulders, place the world up on my shoulders. Feed me all of your burdens, I make sure that they burned and buried. I make matrimony merry, I marry possibilities, impossible my enemy. Perfection ideology, ideally I'd be perfect. Protection from all the curses of being born a human, but I don't know what I'm doing. I humor self-hanging, hatred seeps inside me, heaps of anger dwelling deep inside my conscious, the bomb is ticking. Addiction to mutilations, I think I'm crazy, so I paint this pain into payment. Pay me for patience, placed upon my pavement. Preoccupied with my demise, I live to die, but I can't yet. My purpose ain't been met yet, and I want no regrets. Afterlife, I need my paradise, precise with things I like. Might even try to surf the sky, so fly, so fly. Cloud nine, times 99 nights. Only right, I write rights, left with nothing to expect except disappointing symptoms of pessimism, sickness, despair, and every feeling, disbelief in every sentence. This
Wingspan like they just forgot that we the kings, man. Game over now, this is the end. No, it's not a thing that you can prevent. Leaving these pawns in the deep end. Yeah, feeling need proof. If you was in my shoes, what would you do? Yeah, what would you do? Yeah, man, I need proof. If you was in my shoes, what would you do? Look, I swear there ain't no lie to telling this booth. Yeah, you gonna move your hands cause I'm gon' shoot. Yeah, yeah, man, I need proof. Yeah, if you was in my shoes, what would you do? Yeah, swear there ain't no lie to telling this booth. You keep running your mouth, so I'm gon' shoot. Yeah, man, I need proof.
Due to the Deep, a podcast where we take topics and give you an extra hint at the deeper meanings behind a lot of popular media. Our first Due to the Deep episode was actually on the hip hop beef between Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Drake back when they were doing that. And it was very animated. We got really excited because me and a lot of my friends are really into Kendrick Lamar in general. We even have some Drake fans as well. But so here's the Due to the Deep thumbnail, and you'll be able to find a link to that I'll post in the chat at some point for the first podcast episode. But right now, we actually have the homie Fro here, Frotaku Gaming. Can I get you some? Can I get you a little bit of an introduction here?
Yes, sir.
Let me hit the music for you. Okay. So tell us a little bit about what you do, and if you have anything you want to chime in on, I'm more than welcome to hear it.
Gotcha. All right, well, what's good, stream? It's Fro, also known as Fro Shade and or Shade the artist. Tencho is one of my good friends of like what, 6, 7 years now?
Just about.
Just about. And it's like, we two kinds of people of the same kind of individual one. You know what I'm saying? And what I do a lot of independent art, art dissection, discussion, and deep analytical, criticisms of stuff just to look deeper and as a perfect name to do to the Deep Podcast. This is just my kind of stuff I love to get into when whether it's art, fighting games, geopolitical topics, or just real genuine social aspects of how we live our life day to day. And what I do with a lot of how I do things, it's creating stuff with like real purpose, meaning as in art with an abstract storytelling, character designs, or even me just going through a game and just appreciating the little subtle nuances of like character writing or set pieces or what have you. And I make beats from time to time. So
Mm.
still working on that. And I also stream on Twitch, YouTube, and working on TikTok right now. I'm on all social platforms, I'd say, except for Threads, as Shade underscore the THA, not THE, because we're of culture,
Hmm.
underscore artist, and Protaku Gaming or Pro X Shade as a secondary Twitch.
Okay, okay. So we're gonna get some of those links out to you guys as well. But
Yes.
as you can see, we are hanging out in Discord. This is normally where we're gonna pop those topics up for the video. So I want to get you guys ready for that because we are gonna be starting soon on
Okay,
that.
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say so. Just as a potential update for I say within the next coming weeks, when I hit 1K on TikTok, the usually can go live. Once we do these podcasts, I will have an additional 700 or potentially 1,000 more people that can be introduced to this channel and B God 626s and retros music. So hey, anybody that's listening to this, and all the viewers,
You just
please
brought up B
continue to
God and
share.
he's in the chat.
Hey, that's what I'm see. Hey, want to do it? Want
There,
to do
yeah,
it?
he will.
Man, God is good,
All the time.
and all the time.
There's nothing like the way I am. Congratulations on being so close to 1K.
Yes. The videos have been doing really good so far. Even though I've been posting in a little minute, it's been a similar, not super similar, but like a lot of real life situations that's taken me away from the internet to a certain degree. Because I want to be more of a civilian for a little bit of a time than just specific creator, just to kind of reset my mind with approaching it, especially as a fellow artist and creator. I already know all too well what that's like, and
Absolutely.
refinding my niche again and redeveloping myself in what I want to see from art, as well as what I want to give myself as an artist. You
Mm.
know, and man, yeah, with all these life changes that's coming in, and man, just so much giving me so much newfound like breath and just foresight for art. I can't wait. I
Yeah.
can't wait.
That sounds really exciting. I'm excited to
Yes,
hear more.
yes. I man, like watching yourself and a couple other friends really grind out and hone in on what you want to do with your career, and like you said, giving your all to something when you put all that attention in one area, and now you have a fresh, renewed perspective. That's kind of where I'm at right now as well. You know,
I would
with
imagine with the big news, this month is going to be pretty exciting. Right? I'm trying not
exactly.
to drop the news, but
Yeah,
there's some
we ain't gotta
important.
drop that nuke yet. We ain't gotta drop
Yeah,
that nuke
okay.
yet.
Well, we,
It's
we, we
coming.
got some we got some big news coming out of Fro.
Yes.
Got some big news coming up, so I'm excited for that as well. This is Epic the Musical. It is 5 concept albums by the Epic Ensemble and Jorge Rivera Herans. So let's get into this. And after every song, we can take a little second if you want to discuss anything about the individual
Yes.
songs, and then we'll keep
I
going
def
like that.
yes, I definitely want to because I feel each individual song is specifically crafted to have like such a imaginative engagement with it. I feel like it'd be criminal for us not to talk about it one by one.
Mm, sounds good. All right. So the first one that we're going to listen to is Troy Saga, Episode 1, The Horse and the Infant. Track 1, first things first, Zeus,
Killed it,
his voice. Chat, his
bro.
voice. That boy reminds me of like Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes.
Like that deep, I don't even know what key that is, but like it's so deep, and it makes you feel the difference between our main character Odysseus singing and the god who's telling him that he has to do something terrible. So let's go. Let's first of all, let's go with the vibe on a scale of 1 to 10. How you vibing with the horse and the infant?
Man, bro. I 10 out of 10, bro. Like
Mm,
I'm hella like just from start to finish. Cause you know what? Okay. So first listen, I'm like, okay. It took me like a couple seconds to warm up to Odysseus's voice a little bit,
mm-hmm.
but once I think it's the switch between his talking and him showing character when he talks versus when he's singing. And when
Yes.
he sings, I feel like I'm watching what I thought Hercules from the '90s Disney movie was supposed to be reenacted. Like I almost felt like I was listening to a mix of OG Hercules, Son of Zeus, the Netflix show,
Mm.
and a mix of like, oh man, just like that. Dang, that Nemoric adventure of the Pirates and Black Flag of Assassin's Creed. It almost felt like all of that in and yeah, like Zeus's voice came through like silk
Mm-hmm.
on your pillow. Oh my god. Like every song was a banger. And everyone sounded like beautiful voice actors that got a chance to show more than just them playing a character. They became that. Like
Mm.
like any other rendition of Odysseus, I don't even care about no more. This it.
Fair enough.
It's it.
B God says, I feel like the horse was extra, but it was needed to complete the immersion and signify the story. It gives
Yes,
big quote unquote outro to intro, start episode feeling.
yes.
I can vibe
I
with that.
yeah, yeah. Me
Now
too. I do too.
I will say for me, the horse was more important until I heard Zeus. And it doesn't take away from the excellent strategy that Odysseus
Yeah.
puts together and lays out on us in that crazy little flow he had. Because
Yes. It was
Diomedes will
flowing.
lead the charge, Agamemnon will flank the guards, Menelaus will let our mates through the gates and take the whole city. Stop playing. No,
Man,
the horse, it was extra, but it was the exact spice.
it
It
was
was
like
all spice,
that
bro.
it was like that amount of seasons that you probably could have deal without, but didn't it really interrupt the music.
I don't, y'all got me feeling the type of way because we got some more songs to listen to, and me being a hip hop head, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I like I didn't really enjoy Hamilton because it was too long, not because it didn't have good music,
Yeah.
but I believe that Lin Manuel Miranda is a big inspiration for that kind of like flow giving,
Yeah.
you feel me, type of music writing, because Moana
Yeah.
has it, Vivo has it,
Uh-huh.
In the Heights, I don't know if that's Lin Manuel, I think that is Lin Manuel Miranda again, In the Heights, uh and then
Now,
Hamilton.
no, don't get me wrong. I love the horse part because, like, I love immersion. I love believability, especially when it comes to singing. And for me, I'm very particular when it comes to like listening to like musicals and theater projects.
Mm,
And with this, again, I'm going in no expectation because a lot of times I have been let down.
yep.
But with this, I got a standard now. He gave me a standard with this. I love every piece. I felt like I was there. Oh, what you need? All right, boo, I'm finna spit this dude in the head now. Oh, black that sword for you, bet cool. We finna take the guard now. Hey, get over there. Go handle something. Like I feel like I was there.
Yep.
You know what? And then also, and then again, for streaming purposes, I'm gonna be using a lot of anime references. This felt like season one, episode one of Attack on Titan, and Aaron got a lot
Mm.
more to do this time. Yes.
I feel that. That's a W take in my
Yes.
opinion. So for my
Yes.
vibe, I'm giving this a solid 10 for me too. It's a great way to open up this story because it shows a cunning strategist. It shows like some godly intervention, which is always good in like ancient Greek stories and epics, you know, like, and then the please don't make me do this, don't make me
Yeah.
do this, like that,
And
just that whole
I definitely
pleading for you to find out, like, man, I'll kill anybody I gotta kill, but you gotta kill
right.
this little baby boy, bro.
Exactly. And it really does bring the question, what is a valuable life, whether it be fresh or one that's been lived?
Oh, you're crazy because we're gonna get into that because the very next song on the list is "Just a Man," which goes into
Yup.
that exact idea. It gives
Yes.
true
And
audio novel, quote unquote audio novel, like it gives the story emotion, not just text. B God rates it a 10 too.
yes, and I would want to say it's funny how Zeus, the one talking about needing to get rid of children,
Mm-hmm.
him telling someone, "Oh, hey, bro, you kind of got to do this," and it's like one of the, well, no, the God of gods, not wanting to intervene or allow certain stuff to like be peaceful, and it's just so funny. That man is the one talking about somebody's kid needing to be handled when he could barely handle his own.
And
That's
he
so
was almost
hilarious,
handled by his own dad.
man.
If it wasn't for
Almost
Zeus's mom, he'd have been a stomach baby for real.
exactly.
All right, so next is the song "Just a Man" with the Epic Ensemble and Jorge Rivera again. Okay, first things first, we gonna hear from chat first. Chat says, so I'm a fan of album structure that goes from powerful or hype intro into emotional second song, one being a summary, the other being the tone. So I think that that's exactly a very good uh,
Yeah.
estimation of what's going on here. He says, "This is a
Facts.
powerful song that reaches on so many levels as it relates to themes that reaches far outside the novel." And B God is a true reader of epic. He actually has Odysseus's book, like the actual book. So he's read
Yeah.
this. And he gives this a 15 out of 10.
Oh yeah. Oh GP. Yes.
Yep. It was exceptional. It was absolutely exceptional because what really draws me into the horse and the infant is the ending where he's like, I'll kill whoever. And that remorse when you find out that like this little baby the same age as my son, like,
Hmm.
and am I supposed to do this? And I have to do this because if I don't, wouldn't even no point of me coming here and trying to stop these guys because I'm trying to stop them from what this baby is gonna be able to do.
Right.
So it's very good. Favorite song on the project on this saga or across the entire project we got? Because we got a 5 part. Okay, saga. Favorite song in this saga. Perfect, perfect. You sticking with the 15 out of 10, Jamal?
Oh, for me,
Yeah.
yeah, yes. Like this song, like it asks so many questions. Like, yo, when does a candle become a blaze, bro? And it's like that little bit of a question can have a world of answers because
Mm-hmm.
influence and power, specific situations, of misjudgment, misdiscernment, manipulation, like hell, the caveats of just anything can breed flame, whether to help or to hinder. Like when does a ripple become a tidal wave? Like, bro, what? When does a blame become the reason? Nigga, what? Like, bro,
Excellent questions. And every
like,
man should be asking themselves those questions when they're
yes.
making difficult decisions. It's like there's a now I will say this, and I'm trying to stop alluding. I'm trying,
Mhm.
I'm trying.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is this there's a reason why I told you that Cyclops was my second favorite album, and it's because
Uh-huh.
the same exact thing is in a separate album, but it's turned up.
Mm,
If we giving a 15 to
okay.
this one, when we get there,
That is
I need to see
20.
25s. I
Oh,
need I need to
I
see
feel that.
25s
I feel that.
because it'll do something to you if you're not careful. We all
So
riding a 15. That's just what it is. It
yeah.
was a 15 out of 10.
So I have to
Excellent.
say this too,
Mm.
because the idea of a being just a man and the idea of what a monster is. A monster, for the large part of any continuum, is simply misunderstood and unknown, or just merely recognizable from traits that you either don't harbor or they're just so foreign to you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and one quick anime reference, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mm.
That specific trope of becoming a monster, lacking humanity, and or sorry, and or yeah, and or reclaiming or not dissolving your humanity, being just a man is either a help or a huge, huge hindrance.
Mm.
And the way he placed that question, especially as a man in battle, drenched in war, death, misery, isolation, it's like it's those same things that are asked upon, you know, the strength of a man. Does that really make him a monster, or is it his ideals, tendencies, and habits? What belies a decision, whether it be right or wrong? How does that move you forward, whether in degression or progression? Because everything is movement. And for me, this song, Just a Man, oh my God, with just such beautifully simple things put upon as a question, tackled so much and was just so deep. It cut so deep. And him recognizing who he is, the situation, even if it's a little half-hearted, he's still like, bro, like I'm doing what I gotta do, but this, like, whoa, hold on, and it's more or less to what you said, to my statement earlier. It's just like, yeah, I'm ready to kill anybody until it's this. It's that famous quote of Mike Tyson: "Everyone has a plan till they get punched in the face," and he was quite literally and metaphysically punched in the face.
Hmm.
So it was beautiful. Definitely a
Okay.
15 out
Well
of 10.
said. Well said. I am I'm listening with album ears, and there are
Yeah.
two other tracks that are gonna first they're going to show you sort of an opposite, and then they're gonna double down and be like, you know what? I know what it is. I don't have to ask those questions anymore because I've decided what the answer
Right.
is. And I believe that's a part of this character's journey that we're gonna get to see as we get further and further along. But let's head into something that's going to get a little bit of this movement in you, if I do say so
Oh
myself.
yeah.
We're going
Oh
into
yeah.
full speed ahead. Okay.
Okay.
Now I gotta lay into this one because first of
Yes.
all, when I first heard this, I wasn't a big fan of Eurylochus's voice. I've seen the
Me
singer,
too.
I've seen the singer, and
Hmm.
he's a black guy, and it took me a while to get used to his voice, but I think he
Yeah.
gets a better opportunity a little bit later in the projects
Yeah.
to kind of show where his strengths are, and they go really well, like with Odysseus or Jorge.
Uh-huh.
The same thing with Polites. I love Polites' voice.
Yeah,
And
his was like very light and subtle, almost angelic.
I'm gonna tell you his name. It's Stephen Dookie.
Boy, you lie.
No, Dookie. I thought that that was
Yep.
pretty funny. He's like Middle Eastern, but
Yeah,
he's
Mr. Dookie
very
Man.
talented. Shut up. I told you that so you can make that joke, but I was hoping that you wouldn't
Hey,
make the
the
joke.
kid in me gotta live. The kid in me gotta live.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like Ducky or a different pronunciation, but if it's Dookie, it's Stephen Dookie because that's
Yeah.
what it say on
Hey,
them.
he shit on that track.
Hey, yeah, he did. Polites is my boy. Eurylochus
Yeah.
is down for that action. That's the second in command.
Yes.
That's the first mate on that ship. He is responsible
Yeah.
for those men, and he's the voice of the
Hmm.
men that can speak to the captain. So I think that that was really cool. That he's like, yo, we got to do something out here,
Right.
boss. What we getting into? And
Yes.
Polites
Yes.
chimes in as a foil to him with the
Hmm.
softer, lighter tone, like, "Hey, I see some stuff over there. Maybe if we go check that out, you feel me? We can get something going with that." And
Yes.
Eurylochus is like, "Man, we need to go here and run up in there." And
Hmm.
because Odysseus is such a good leader, I believe he wants to hear that first because you got to remember he just came off of, oh my gosh, that was a wall. Sorry, B God just dropped something on me.
Oh
so
snap!
I'll read that in just a moment. Let me finish up this statement and then I'll read what you got
Gotcha.
for the chat and for Fro. So I think having those two as very important friends of Odysseus shows Odysseus's willingness to change and his again that strategy from the horse and the infant. He's planning, he's thinking, he's like, I see you see that fire, but I don't see no smoke. You feel me? We finna go check it out. But you feel me? Like y'all just chill out. If we not back in time, you feel me? Y'all run up in there and do y'all thing because
Yeah.
he's being a diplomatic leader and allowing both sides to be heard. So I
Yes.
think that that was really great. Uh, I'm giving that I'm giving that a solid 9 out of 10 because, like I said, it took a while. Even though I'm down for the Eurylochus train now, it does take a little getting used to having his style of voice, especially
Yeah.
coming off another tenor being Zeus. So having a separate tenor uh show up was a little bit to get used to, but I'm interested in hearing more from Eurylochus because of
Yeah.
how Odysseus treats him. So let
Yes.
me read what B guys got to say, and then you could wrap us up and we'll head into the next
For sure.
one. Okay, so B guys says, so as an album, it does what it's supposed to and hypes the album and progresses the story for thematic and emotional energy and action. While I
Hmm.
appreciate the song and think it's great, it's still not my favorite. 600 men, in quotations, took away from the listenability as a pure song versus a story to me. And it's kind of a love hate because it's great for immersion, but it's kind of disrupting of replayability. He gives it an 8 out of 10. And I think it's a weak hook, but I don't think that
Mm-hmm.
the song was constructed in the way that we normally think of hooks being constructed,
Yeah.
to where it's supposed to be the catch. It's just, I
Yeah.
think it was more to show off the ensemble, and a lot of musicals do things like that. Where even with The
Mm-hmm.
Greatest Showman, which is one of my favorite musicals of all time because Hugh Jackman is amazing, the
Yes.
greatest. Um, but I think having them have the crew speak up, like he said, is more thematic, but not necessarily a catchy song trait. So I mess with you on that because you're looking at it as an artist and you're looking at it as a consumer. That would be less
Mm.
likely to be replayed because of that style, which is just something that you signify as like a little bit less harmonious. Do I did I get that right, B? All right, you can head in, Fro,
All
and
right.
he'll reply when
So,
he can. Mobile user.
so for me, and you know what? I definitely respect these guys' take because you know what? I could definitely see how certain elements of the detailing of yes, the 600 of us, we're here, we gotta find this, gotta do that, and the inclusion of just genuine conversation to really flesh out what kind of leader is he. As you said, a very diplomatic and nuanced one to hear both sides of something. So hey, if this doesn't work, you guys have free reign to do what you need to do to survive, even if
Mm,
I'm not in tow, so that way y'all can continue to do what you need to do to make it back home. So
great leader. W
for me,
leader.
this song was my favorite song of the first part. At first,
Mm.
it was the horse and infant. This took it by a mile. And honestly,
Okay.
okay, so the first mate's name, how do you pronounce his name again?
Eurylicus.
Yes, Eurylicus. Now, similarly to you, it took a minute to get warmed up to his voice because it's just like, first off, I'm happy I heard a black man.
Yep.
I was I was immediately so right there. I'm like, oh yeah, my nigga in here. Okay, we're gone. We're
Yep. We're
gone.
up, we're off,
We're
and away
gone.
we go.
Yes. My critique of him, it sounded like his voice was good, but it sounded like he was almost like reading singing. It didn't
Mm-hmm.
it sounded like he had his character, but he wanted to make sure his lines was right too. So it kind of took away from it a little bit, but everything else beyond that point, it was perfect. And again, another anime reference. When Odysseus said full speed ahead, I feel like I was channeling one for all through me. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
B
we
God wrote
going.
head with like a billion D's. Right before it played, he was early to chat because he knew that, hey, I can't do it. I
Yes.
can't do it. But
Like,
when I'm not on stream, best believe I'll be singing that. Cause
oh
that was
yeah,
the
hey,
note. That
yes, sir. Bro, he reminded me of the lead singer from Fallout Boy a couple
mm,
times with his tone, cause he has that nice, um, I'd say alternative tenor voice to him when
mm,
he's hitting that high alto,
yep,
and man, it was so much power in that, and it's just like I'm like, yes, I'm on this boat, I'm standing on the bow of
yep.
the ship
I'm
as it's
ready.
heading into bro, I'm sold out, man. Let's go. No, sleep for who? Food for who? We finna go explore. Let's go.
So
Like,
this is your favorite. What you
yes,
rating it?
20 out of 10.
20 out of 10.
This, man, top of the list, top of the list,
Top of
top
the
of the list,
morning, top
top
of
of
the
the
morning.
list. I'm like, bro, this
Okay,
is my,
okay.
like, bro, when I'm, honestly, when me and someone dear to me, a pint-sized person, if you will, are
Mm-hmm.
playing stuff, I'm gonna have this in mind, and he's gonna be my first mate. I'm leading this charge. Y'all can trust me.
Yep.
We're gonna make it. And if I don't, y'all still gonna make it.
Y'all gonna be good.
We gonna be all right. No Kenny. No Kenny.
Okay, bet. I'm loving that. We got an 8, a 9, and a 20. So we all are. It seems to be we're all enjoying what we're hearing so far, which is really good.
Yes.
Now, I'm gonna say this next song is probably the best. Like,
Mm.
I don't think it's my favorite, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably the best because the way Steven sings
Yeah.
is the only way. Like, there's another character who will be in a different saga who, like, their voice, it sets so well. I can go where they say, I can do what they, and it's not even like in a commanding way. It's just like
Yeah.
such a force. So I do want to play
Oh,
this. What's
real
going on?
quick, I don't definitely mean to cut you off. Speaking of force, I know the wind's been blowing around me. Has it been a issue for strength? Has it been like a lot of wind resistance on my end that you guys
I
heard?
haven't heard it. B guy has Fro been coming through clear?
Because me traveling back and forth, emptying garbage in the winds, well, I definitely don't want to. I don't want that to interrupt anyone's listening experience.
B says you're good. Where I haven't noticed
Sweet,
anything, and neither is he.
sweet. Okay, cool. Let me not speak it up. Go on ahead.
Yep. All right, we're heading into the next one. Nah, cause who told Polites he could talk to? Who taught him that lesson? who
Oh God, who
who
taught him
was
that shit?
who was responsible for raising this man? His
No, no, I
parents.
know who did it. I know who did it. I feel like I've heard that lesson before.
Where did he learn that lesson?
Boy, the number one, the mega, the ultra, commoner. He believed in himself, so he told his friend, "Hey, believing in me that believes in you, my nigga. You
True.
can relax. You can chill, bro. We got you. Got to accept the world for kind of what it's doing, and just let that kindness shine through you like the beacon of light it needs to be. You good, bro. You ain't gotta be paranoid. We in nature. We gonna find what we need. Trust yourself. Trust us. Like that's what that felt like. That felt like a double down of like, hey, bro, look, I see you. I know you the best, and I'm telling you, relax.
Okay.
Um,
Now
I
I'm feeling like everybody kind of on the same page because I'm finna read B guys and then I'm finna tell you what I think. What where you
wait.
rating that?
So, well, Luca, hold on. Let me. I definitely want to get this part out too, because I'm almost done. So now, for me, this is kind of the part where I felt like it was a little bit Disney-ish, because it felt like
Mm,
I went from Pirates of the Caribbean with full speed ahead, because you could feel the consequences in that, to like maybe something like a cool, like fantastical adventure with like fairies and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like there was a couple pixies around this nigga when he was singing.
that's what the
It
Lotus
felt
Eaters
like,
were. You could even
yeah,
hear them. And we got before I read his actual comment, he said Pirates of the Caribbean is Disney, so L. He said LOL, but I'm
oh,
telling you L.
you know what? I guess I don't. I guess I just never saw it as Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I personally just never saw it as Disney, or maybe I might have just forgot. But so for me, the song, like I said, it was definitely good. But you know what? I think the one thing that kind of broke my immersion, because like the beat was really good. Felt like this very like nature esque like ambience. I felt like the sun was either, if it wasn't at 12, it was at like a dusk. It's like the sun had to have been going down just a little bit to add such a ombre of colors to complement this man's beautiful voice. But once Odysseus said 600 friends waiting on us, I was like, friends? Nah, you mean warriors, my good brother. But it's like it was only for like that short moment that it kind of broke the immersion for me. But and even then, like one thing that I did enjoy, especially on this listen back now, the critters around them saying, "Oh, yeah, it's food in here." For me, that's divine meddling now, because it's like on first listen, I'm just again just taking in everything, just okay, my personal enjoyment. It's just like then the other list, I'm just like, okay, cool, yeah, I really did like this song, or what I did, like have some little gripes with it. Now I'm like, hold on, what? Like, why were those little voices there? why was you just trusting those little voices? And it also gave me a flip side of what I was saying earlier. It's like, yeah, hey, yeah, we're good. Y'all kind of not good because of those things leading you to where they leading y'all to. So I definitely give this song definitely an 8 out of 10 for sure. Like I said, like it felt a little Disney-ish at times, but at the same time I enjoyed it. But it was like it felt like a very serious, like, yeah, hey, we out here to, hey, you know what? Power, friendship, love, truth, and justice a little bit. So, but again, it was a good mixed bag for me. So yeah, definitely 8 out of 10 for sure.
Okay. Uh B God goes 100 best song on project hands down. Also my favorite. You know I've been on a
Hmm.
type of vibe. He's been working on a song and a few
Yeah.
songs that's in a different vibe. It's a song to listen to consistently. It's also immersion and propels the narrative, breaks a lot of the violent, negative, and somber energy in the story. It's a
Yeah.
fresh yellow and green introduction to what has been blue and purple. The intro was kind of red
Hmm.
slash orange. The
Yes.
600 Friends didn't feel jarring, and he wrote that before you even spoke up.
Yeah.
The sound
That's
break
crazy.
into the background didn't feel placed.
Hmm.
Everything was authentic and
Hmm.
natural. 100
Yeah.
out of 10.
Yes.
And his
Hey, I
final
fuck with it.
comment was friends show the growth from the last song from fellow soldiers to trusted allies, in his opinion.
I got that. Yeah, yeah. No, I fuck with it, and you know what? And you know that's why I'm so glad that he's in the comments so heavy because it's like we have a good contrast in between like our listens and like our perspectives based on listens. Because you know what? Yeah, I wanted more murder death. Honestly, I feel like the real friendly, like kind of brighter like hues, kind of broke it a little bit for me. But you know what? I appreciate that still. I genuinely do.
I
And
think understanding story writing comes with that option to just make
mhm,
it deaf, 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 sad, sad, sad the whole time, and then you don't have people wanting to listen anymore because it's really
yeah,
good, but it's
yeah,
all like a good example is like drill music. Every once in a while, you want to turn
hmm
up to some drill and shit, but if you listen to that every day, your soul gonna start to.
oh yeah, you just sound like a rotten apple.
And for my
Whew.
opinion, the reason I say this is probably the best song is
Mhm.
because one, it's a character who's nothing like. It's a new character, a completely new idea.
Yeah.
He spoke up once before, but this is his opportunity to show that just like you would say, not friends, warriors.
Hmm.
Not every man at war is a warrior.
Yes, that is true. That is
And
definitely
you
true.
can be a warrior without the hatred, because Zuko taught us that.
Yeah. Oh,
Firebender didn't have
Zuko
to
alone is
come
my
from
favorite
hatred,
stuff. Yes, it can
So I
help just as
believe
much as it hinders.
for me, this is the best song
Yeah.
because the instrumentals, the instruments, the melodies, even adding in the Lotus Eaters, who are like you said, they felt pixies, but it's because he said the stuff that they eat
Yeah.
control their mind. They
Hmm.
little freaks, bro. They some little freaky glowing fruit eating island motherfuckers. You feel me?
Yes.
They with
Yes.
that, and you'll see that again because this is a
Yes.
fantasy story. This
Gotcha.
is absolutely a fantasy story. Period. There are things that we'll have to fight in the next saga. That's the
Yeah.
namesake. There are men being
Yes.
turned into pigs. There's gods
Yes.
putting visions in niggas' head. This not no.
Yes.
This ain't 300. This
Yeah.
Odysseus, bro.
Yes.
The
Yes.
infamous Odysseus. If you wanna spoil a little bit of the next project. But also, I want to add typing. What do you mean that statement is why chatters be chatting. In story, this is suppressed to be a scene of relief before more turmoil, a show of the celebration before the falls. True.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, I guess might just throw it in there then.
Yeah, I figured it was supposed. I did read suppressed, but this is supposed to be a scene of relief before more turmoil,
Yeah,
a show of the
for sure.
celebration before the falls. I agree with that. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
I do
giving
too.
this. It ain't my favorite, like I said, but I think this is the best song that he's written.
Hmm.
And there's only one song that I think was performed better
Right.
because even Odysseus had to take on some of Polites' mannerisms in his speaking.
Yup.
Like when
Yeah,
he
he did.
sang back, he was actually being affected, and you can see that, like, nah, man, I ain't trying to listen to him, but nah, you might have something, G. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to relax, but it don't sound wrong that you're saying it.
Right.
And I think that's where I call this the best song because that is a feeling everybody needs. Sometimes
Yup.
you need somebody that can caringly tell you, hey, chill out. Just cool it.
Yeah.
We gonna figure it out.
Yeah, you definitely need that. And it's important to have that kind of economy in a friend or at least associate because it's a good palate cleanse of emotions. Right? Hey, bro, like you said, relax. Take a chill pill. Take 10. And it's like, if you don't got that, man, you'll be running on fumes sooner than you think.
Excellent. I'm giving that a straight an even 10. I would show this song to anybody. And if they didn't
Mm.
like it, I wouldn't say none, but I'd be in my mind's eye, I'd be looking at them funny.
Oh, for sure. Me too.
Because it's just a nice listen. Like, it may not be I think it's just a really good song, like one of the most
Yeah.
marketable songs.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely gonna be playing this. I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna be
Open
playing this.
Arms, Stephen Dookie, Snap. Now,
Yeah.
here comes my queen.
Mm.
Here comes my little yeah. This is my little yeah coming up. And
Yeah.
I've watched her perform in videos like behind the scenes.
Don't disappoint me.
Okay, now I'm sure you seen my little boogie toward the end when I put the camera back on. But this song is first of all my favorite to sing on the entire saga. This is my
Yeah.
favorite song to sing along to. Uh Athena has a great voice. I don't think I've really heard anyone who kind of carries that same weight with her voice. And
Hmm.
the I was lying and you fell for my bluff. Ha ha ha. That's pretty funny. I like stuff
And
like that in the middle of, because it's not necessarily like a rapping part. It's more of like a
yeah.
conversational, and she plays in, and she sings, she gets
Yes.
melodic with her reply. So I think that they worked really well together. I danced to this song. I've been playing it on repeat. So I'm just gonna say this favorite song on this saga. I'm giving it an
Yeah.
11 because
Woo.
Athena is there. I'm gonna read B guys
Yeah.
and then you can wrap up the saga for us.
Bet.
B God says, see, this is what that song preluded. It brought back the light sounds and mixed it with the drama earlier. It's upbeat and
Mm.
strong. It's a good outcome to a saga as it has the same chant like feelings and battle cry, but it's a different perspective. Instead of a physical battle, it's an internal one of wisdom and wits. He said wisdom and weird, which is funny, but wisdom and wits. Adelia, who is another streamer friend of mine, international
Hey.
friend, she says that this sounds catchy, so I'm glad that she enjoyed that. It tackles different emotions, concepts, and themes each previous song delved into. It's a hope giving song, a groove, 9 out of 10. Outro. Oh, he meant outro, not outcome, wherever you wrote outcome. Oh, it's a good outro to a saga. Okay, instead of an outcome. I mean, outcome, pedantic. But yes, 9 out of 10. I'm loving that. It is definitely a groove. So we got an 11, a 9, and Fro, wrap us up.
Okay. So, first of all, this gave me again take it back to Disney a little bit. This gave me the OG God, what's the word? Crap. What's the word? The montage
Mm,
vibes of
yeah,
like,
training montages.
yo,
Yep.
all I saw was Odysseus working on swordsmanship, hitting targets, jumping over crocodiles, fending off a lion, rubbing his
Yep.
stomach, and Athena looking at so proud, like, that's my boy right there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dancing to this motherfucker too. I'm
Yes.
hitting the Irish jig, a good two step. Like whenever I'm working out, I'm throwing this on. Like I'm not gonna disappoint you, Athena. And I am a warrior of the mind, because the
Absolutely.
mind is the sharpest of steels no actual metal can contest with.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, and oh my God, the charm and the natural,
Chemistry.
like, yes, like,
Mm-hmm.
haha, yeah. Like the way he just did it, like Odysseus has so much character. He's oozing. Like it's
Charisma.
in that nigga pores, bro.
And
He
he's
is
like that
a
in real life. Like when you see him on his TikTok, I'll be able to I'll have a link to this playlist as well as as his TikTok for anybody who
yeah,
wants to listen to this on their own. I put together a playlist of all of the sagas that we're gonna listen to. Uh, so we'll have that in Discord after stream. I'm out after this
right.
summary. Love you guys. Be safe. Wish I could stay longer. That's B God. So he'll be leaving after you finish
Oh,
up,
for
Jamal.
sure, B. Man, bro. So just and also it felt like the cliffhanger of an episode, and you gotta wait for next season with the whole don't disappoint me. Because you know what? When she came in, it felt like I just entered in a cutscene I didn't know I had to see. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, yeah, I love this. I loved it from start to finish. Now that was my second. That almost took Full Speed Ahead's place as my favorite. Not
Mm.
gonna lie, that
Yep.
was a hard choice I had to make. So that's definitely number one, and that's A.
Yep.
Like
One
I
and
can't even
A,
say
not
no
one
more.
and two. Yep.
Man, bro, it's I hold on. Sorry for the noise. But
No
yeah,
worries.
like I just couldn't decide on which one was better. And it's just like just her powerful voice. Like I definitely would love to check out some of her other music. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like she commanded so much. I believed her every step of the way. Like, hey, don't forget the lessons I taught you, boy. You ain't just out here being any kind of soldier. You're my soldier. I designed you. I got you here. Now, I will say this definitely showed a specific side of Athena's possessiveness and how being a warrior of the mind can leave out other things that are critical as emotions, which
Mm-hmm.
open arms really plays into you needing to have. And that duality, I feel, well, that lack of duality will be the downfall of things to come. At least I believe so.
Well,
And,
that's real.
you know, I just enjoyed this year. This the record you can play out on any platform and get the people like moving and inspired.
Yep.
This was a 20 out of 10 for me. I loved it.
Let's go. So that's a 40. That's a 40 out of 30 right there because there was a 9 from B God, an 11 from me, and a 20 from you. 40 out of 30. I'm loving that. So that was actually the end of the first concept album, the Troy Saga. So with that being said, overall, I really enjoyed everything on this project. I'm giving
Yeah.
this a solid play anywhere, passable, super high
Yes.
quality 10. He got me.
Yes. Same.
Got a lifelong fan. So
Oh, most
next
definitely.
Next, we're going to be heading into the Cyclops saga. We heard at the end of Open Arms that the Lotus Eaters had given Odysseus and Polites directions to a cave where they could find food. So that is where we'll be starting with this one. This is gonna change a lot of the music that you hear is gonna change because it's a separate album. So I do want to keep that in mind. It's the same creator, but it will be a different tone. So let's head into the Cyclops saga. Okay, first things first, the Cyclops' voice is
Yeah.
crazy synthesized and he feels
Yeah.
huge. And I love that because
Yeah.
like the difference, and you can even tell when Odysseus starts to speak to him. He's like, hey, big fella. You know, you can tell that this thing is huge because he's taking such a
Mm-hmm.
lighthearted tone, trying to pretend like they wouldn't know that, and they wasn't because they didn't know. But no, I was
Yeah.
on that. No, I was on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I am. I love this track. I love the
Yes.
Cyclops' character because, like I said, it draws the same way Zeus and Odysseus or Athena and Odysseus. They work so well together, but
Mm-hmm.
they destroy the like harmony because they're so different. And I
Mm-hmm.
think he goes, "What's your name?" That my name is nobody. That
Buddy.
is so good. Like
Yes.
no, you feel
Boy,
me? Stop.
the
What?
only other person I heard sing nobody that good was Keith Sweat.
Nobody.
What's your name? Nobody, baby.
Man, so I
That's
love that
straight up.
song. This
Yeah.
song in particular really shows some of the artistry across all of the sagas because
Yes.
if you noticed, the Cyclops was using the same melody as Odysseus.
Mm-hmm.
There are melodies that are used from Open Arms that are used in this song.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Odysseus goes, for your, I mean, the Cyclops goes, for your gift, here's my reply. And Odysseus is like, I'm so glad we see eye to eye. That
Mm-hmm.
funny as hell because it's a
Yes.
Cyclops. He has one eye.
Yes. I got some
And
comments about that too. Yes. Yes.
the way that he's like, yes, for that good delicious wine, you'll be the last one I kill. What?
That break of like, oh, that it was like you woke up from like a good dream and like your house is on fire.
Literally. He like, yeah, yeah, I'm glad you like that wine, bro. We're good, good. We cool, right? Yeah, we cool. We not cool, bro.
Not at all.
We're
Not even a little
not
bit.
cool, bro. My favorite sheep. Okay, I could go on about the individual lines from this forever. But what'd you think?
So for me, I I just really enjoyed again the just him talking. Hey, we're travelers. Like you heard the uncertainty and the cautiousness just with those words, bro. I felt like he was looking at something and he really wasn't sure how to approach this shit.
Mm.
He was really just, hey, bro, we not on no type of timing. We just lost. We need some help. And that Cyclops came in. Oh, I got some help for you.
Hmm.
Oh, I got all that.
Nah, y'all
And
came up in here. Y'all came up in here tripping.
set trip. And I will say the cheekiness of Odysseus of even saying eye to eye, and the biggest mistake, saying nobody. I
I
believe.
okay. Let me hear
Mhm.
it. Let me hear it.
I believe if he'd at least given him a fake name, he might have responded different because I believe Odysseus underestimated the intelligence or wherewithal of the Cyclops, believing it to simply be just a beast that they could just ease their way from and just like cut their losses with the sheep. He underestimated that Cyclops in that moment, which led to him going, you know what, bro? I was just gonna kill all y'all. But just because you gave me this at the bare minimum, you just gonna be the last one to live now. Cause I kind of fuck with you. Thank you. I
No, no,
was
no,
kind of
no.
fuck.
You will be the last to die, is what he said, not the last to live.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Thank you. I misspoke. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Last to die.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Yeah,
And I
yeah. Just
think
cause you. Hmm.
as a warrior of the mind, not giving your name is important.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
And the
Yeah.
Cyclops
But.
was silly. We will see that the Cyclops didn't know he was being lied to,
Hmm.
and it'll be very evident. I'll even point it out for you. But
Yeah.
he, your name is nobody. Cool. it's good to meet you. Nobody, you finna die anyway, so I should know the name
Right.
of the person I'm about to kill. And
Right.
that's a callback to like ancient times where if you was getting
Yeah.
down on somebody, you tell me your name before we fight because I want to know who I'm finna bury. You feel me?
Right.
So, what are you
And
rating it?
so you know what? I definitely would rate this a 9 out of 10. The only thing keeping it from being a 10, I guess, because I'm just thinking like, if me in that situation, instead of saying nobody, I give them a prouder, alias. And again, that I guess that's me just putting myself in Odysseus's shoes in that moment specifically. Because yeah, hey, he's doing enough to use them charm and cunning stats to try to ease up the situation. But I feel like that small thing, because as you said, yeah, he did take that serious. But I felt like giving him something a little bit more, although it would have been fake, would have probably landed a little on the landed with him a little differently. Again, that's just me, but yeah, 9 out of 10 for sure. Just
Fair. I'm gonna
tone,
remind you
just
that you said
the
that
yeah,
after this next song.
hmm
I am going to
for sure.
remind you of that point. So I'm gonna take a little note here,
Yes.
because there is something that we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep a note of
hmm
that. I'm giving it 9 out of 10 as well. I think there is one other song that's better than this. Uh,
hmm
and spoilers, it's the outro. I love all of the outros for these
Yeah, my
projects. So
outros went crazy. Boy, he might as well flick a light at the beginning of these shits.
man, Wheezy F baby. All right, so very
Man, that
next
is so
song
phenomenal.
is Survive. Okay. So now the number one thing that I want to bring up is again those melodies.
Hmm
They mimicking each other. The battle goes from Odysseus spurring his men on with this melody to Polyphemus using the exact same melody to crush them, bro. That first percussion, that first crunch, I knew it was going down.
Yes.
And you could even hear he's got a club,
Ah.
like cut off. Like, bro, stop telling him what I got. It don't matter what I got, you got it.
Oh, you got all of it.
You feel me? I love it. It's so like enchanting.
Mhm.
Polyphemus, this voice effect, whatever effects they have for this voice is so good.
You know what it
Excuse me.
reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
The voice synthesizers on Soul Calibur. For like the
Mm.
more inhuman and demon voices, you want to sound more distorted. That's what it reminded me of, like a distorted Astaroth.
Yeah.
Sound like a demon. Sound like the devil. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Big
Welcome in,
old
Captain.
monster.
What's up, Cap?
Let me turn you up a little bit, Jay. Sound test, Jay.
I was definitely
Okay,
gonna
good.
say, on that song in particular, what I love about Odysseus is that even though the odds are against him, he said, "We ain't giving up. We going against this big ass monster. We going
Uh,
against him." So
Absolutely.
that's just the great leader that's in Odysseus on that one. You know, what I mean, I really felt that.
hmm
You know,
You like, bro, we gotta live through this day. Show me how great is your
we
will to
gotta
survive,
tell
bro.
our
Cause they
Yes.
not he's not gonna play.
yeah,
we
we gotta
we
Oh,
need
he
to
can't
hurt
play
this
with
survive.
man.
you,
We need to hurt this man.
bro. Like from the first crunch, felt I felt like I saw a head get bashed, and I thought I felt the blood splatter on my face and chest
Yep.
as I'm listening to it. Like I'm
Despair
hearing
crept
everything.
in.
And if if there's any, yeah, if any of your supporters and fans have watched Berserk and they know the eclipse, that's what this
Mm.
vibe gave me, because it was so dark and heavy and inescapable and hopeless. Nothing but despair was in the room. And even just the haunting shared melodies from her. How do you pronounce it? I don't want to butcher it.
I say Polyphemus from The Binding of
Okay,
Isaac, but it might be
got you.
Polyphemus. But either one is fine.
Yeah, I like Polyphemus
Mm.
from Polyphemus, and then the he's got a club.
He's
It's
got a
like the
claw.
slow register of like, wait, what is in this? Is that a? Oh shit, he got a, and it's just like, bro,
Crushed.
that again going back to Attack on Titan. That's what that would feel like when they first saw the female Titan. Wait, hold
Mm-hmm.
on, is she running? Oh shit, that bitch smart. Smack.
Crushed.
That's what that felt like, bro. Like
Kicked
it
into
was
a
just,
tree, bruh.
oh god,
He brought the tree
Did
to
bro,
them.
did you
bro.
guys feel like an earthquake vibe when that motherfucker crunk
Yes,
though? That shit,
Yes.
yeah, that's what I'm
yes.
talking about.
And I'm just thinking about the depth and height and width of the cave. Like, bro, I'm just imagining toothpaste, red paste on the walls,
Yep.
dripping down with skin and entrails.
All
It
right,
was
we're
such.
gonna,
Oh, my
we're
bad, my
gonna.
bad, my bad.
Look, that boy
But
said
for
Berserk
me,
and got the describing the manga.
my bad.
Well, it
But
paints a picture. That's
Yeah,
important.
I
It
do
yes,
paints a picture, you
recognize
know.
that. He
this,
definitely
this,
set up a very intense scene.
and real quick, was Odysseus knocked out? Because I'm not sure if he was.
No, he was just stunned.
Okay,
Odysseus
all right,
was
all right,
not
all right,
harmed.
okay,
Uh, it was just kind of, where you're like, oh shit,
okay,
and they like, hey, bro, hey, captain, hey,
yeah.
bro.
And yeah, and you know what? That's the reason. Because you know what? I don't go get to the next track, but it's a specific part in the next track that led me to think that, oh shit, was he knocked out, or did a body hit him and knock him down and somebody got to wake him up? You know what I'm saying? So that's what
Nah,
made me think like that. Okay.
I can
Hey, the
understand where you're
next
coming from.
track is my personal favorite on this Cyclops.
I
Honestly,
love it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I
I
love it.
I definitely gotta say like this is that one and one A scenario all over again. So this is definitely one for
Mm.
sure.
This the 1 and 21 and 1. Anybody watch wrestling?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Odysseus!
Yes.
Boy, stop.
Fucking chills. Boy.
Okay. Yeah, you got to take a breath out of that one. Chat didn't
Yeah.
hear me because I
That.
muted
Oh,
my
it's
mic, but I be
fire.
singing this one out loud. I be
I like
trying
Oh
the
to
yeah.
spare
layers on
y'all,
that one,
chat.
bro.
Yes. Yes.
Tell me
I
more about them
bro.
layers.
So I'm on the pure just aspect of the story that we got from it. Was it me personally? I'm just asking. Was so I got a couple questions on it. Was
Mhm.
would it be more mercy to let him live blind?
Uh, Anything short of killing is better than being killed in some people's mind.
Yep.
Right.
Some
Okay.
people think that death isn't the worst, so they would call that a monstrous thing to blind him and leave him. But some people
Yeah.
may say, hey, at least you didn't kill him. You feel me? And he killed your
Yeah.
men, and you didn't do the same evil that he did. Now, that is a
Mhm.
morality question.
And for the Athena part,
Hmm.
was was it was it more of a warrior to be like slaughter the enemy completely, or was it more of a warrior to have that pride come out from Odysseus? Because they both follow the warrior. You know what I mean? I think that it's
Yeah.
it's a it's a good thing. For both of them, it set them back, and we see how it set them back later. But most
Yeah.
warriors they love to show them pride, so they let them know my name is I'm the king. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think it's the absence of future consequence that leads to that, or at least the acknowledgement of potential consequence from this, because you know, down the line, nobody really would have thought what happened just because he let him know and put a stamp on it because and this kind of goes to that point. I know I definitely want to have a conversation with you about the idea of alias because for me, you just defeated the purpose of saying nobody, and the mercy you could have granted him by leaving him blind was gonna get you away scot free. Like there was like even like I get Athena's reservations about letting them live, but hey, nobody attacked him, bro. Nobody attacked him. Nobody blinded him.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? Well, yeah. See, and that was why I was saying it was better to have said nobody and
Yeah.
having the mentality that you did about having a proud name or putting more effort into it
Yeah,
is exactly what he did, and he fucked up.
yeah, yeah. But you know what though? For me, but it's like because I knew that was gonna happen. It's just like a if you're gonna do it, continue to lie. Give them if you're gonna live if you're gonna edge out your pride a little bit, do it safe. Like yeah, I'm the merchant of such and such, and
Mm.
that person don't exist. Now you could have go back and told and talked to do whatever, and it's just
At
like
the
now
same
it's a person
time,
that don't exist.
he didn't have to do it because he had
Yeah, he did.
his guys all witnessed it. They was
Right.
gonna make songs about him regardless.
Yeah.
Now, I will say
So
this: the reason that he did it is because it was more important that you understood in that moment. And this
Hmm.
is kind of what you were saying about being a warrior, having pride, or being a warrior and being smart. Because a
Hmm.
warrior can be prideful, but a warrior of the mind does not deal in pride.
Right.
You're gonna,
Exactly.
like you said, you're gonna get the stories told no matter what. If you killed them,
Hmm.
that story gonna be told that you and your man killed the Cyclops.
right.
Right.
But now the story is told that this coward hurt the Cyclops and let him live. What the, you feel me?
Yeah.
And
After he
it's
killed
due
all his
to,
men.
Titan was on his ass with
yeah,
the
it's due
Titan
to
was
him
on his ass.
seeing his men get killed. You know that
Yeah.
he feels that way. It's like I don't want to be out here just murdering mugs when we clearly already beat him. You know he's beaten.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it was foolish, and I really believe this, even if no consequences came from it, because people came to check on him.
Yeah.
Other Cyclopses showed up and was
Right.
like, "Yo, what's going on?" And when they come back, and he's still alive, he's gonna say it wasn't nobody, it was Odysseus.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
And
think
that was the ultimate flaw.
do you think this ties into the baby? Because he felt guilty for the baby. He didn't want to
All
kill
of
another.
Odysseus's morality choices are affected by the songs before this. It came from Polites.
Hmm.
Polites told him kindness is brave, and more people need to be open and not so bloodthirsty.
Yeah.
But he was feeling that because he had spilled blood. He snuck up in Troy with the Trojan horse as a gift to kill all of them. You know, it's
Yeah.
like he's been challenged morally this entire time, but the driving force has always been that war would get him back home.
Right.
And this
Uh,
ain't a part of that war. This was them coming to get food, getting sent off, and getting into a crazy ass fight with this
right.
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a specific different kind of like individual like justifications for this, and even like you asked a very good question. Is it a thing of pridefulness or potential overexertion of like hubris and needing to discard that just for the sake of a safe return? And as somebody that has witnessed that play out in many a tale, it's like, and even for the answer that I was saying about, hey, at least just give them a fake name. You know what? If you nobody, yeah, keep it there. Like bro said,
Yep.
like my honorable captain said, you gonna get them tales about you, bro, because now the Cyclops is ambiguous. It's a Cyclops, not a tied and affiliated Cyclops. And now a whole group of them don't know your name, spreading the tail. Because unless you're ready for that cash, that tax that's gonna get cashed on your ass, you don't say nothing, bro.
At
Yeah.
the
Don't say
same
nothing.
time, at the same time, I do like that he did. I don't think it was a smart move, but I do like that he stood on his business and
Yeah,
said,
stand
Yeah.
on
"I am
business.
the king. I did that."
Look, I ain't like. I mean, it's some shaky business. I ain't gonna lie. It's a little
Hey,
shaky,
I
hey,
love
but
it
it's
though.
yeah,
business.
I love it though.
you
Yeah.
can't fall. You can only understand that it wasn't the best idea, but hey, that's him. He wanted to
Yeah.
embody the same way he came up in there with the lotus already in the wine.
Right.
He came up in there like, nigga, I'm Odysseus.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I'm him.
I'm sick of you,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm
You
sick of these
need to
niggas.
know who did this to you, boy. Because I'm
Get rid
sick
of
of
these
this.
niggas.
Enough is enough. I've had it.
Yes. I definitely understand it, and I just and in that moment, that advisory would have helped.
Yeah.
I mean, she
He
jumped
had
in
it.
his
Most
brain.
people in the world don't have it, and
She
he
jumped
had it.
inside his brain. And that's the thing. A lot of people will
Yeah.
say some people don't have good sense, but that's the whole point of having a mentor. That's the whole point
Yep.
of relying on an outside voice, like he was doing with
Yeah.
Polites.
Yeah.
But when it
But
came to Athena, he's like, no, I don't. Too many people already dead. I ain't killing nobody else. And that's
right.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a time for one, a time for peace, and
But
proper. I really.
it's supposed to be a trade for a trade. Like he said.
Yeah.
You feel me? Polyphemus said, look, y'all take from you like you took from me. And
Yeah.
you actually killed my homies, bro. I heard he's got a
My
club.
sheep, my sheep
Yeah.
cracked blood,
You
Exactly.
feel
broken
me?
Over a
necks.
sheep, nigga.
Nah, that
A
was
sheep that's
you
gonna.
know how Cyclopses is though.
Yeah.
They shunned beings. So they only
Yeah.
have what they have because they like abominations in that time.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
that's why the fleece for Percy was coveted by
Mhm.
the Cyclops because it's like my stuff.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is the only
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
I
They just
have.
like Job.
I'm a Cyclops. This is the
They they
only
they they
thing.
they they do treasure a lot, and you are right. I guess for me, it's just like, let's say, right message, wrong messenger. Then, because for me, Athena being the wise, and I'm say wise in quotations because as I said earlier, it's like for me, a warrior of the mind is nuanced in all, if not just many things, and not kind of drawing a line in that proverbial metaphysical sand per se. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
do
for
know what you're
me,
saying.
and it's just like, if his actual friend would have been there and not just his mentor who wants
Dead.
to see him strive, yeah, yeah, yeah. If he wasn't dead, I do believe that situation would have panned out a little bit differently. He wouldn't have had that burst of like, oh yeah, this is who did this to you, and he could have just got everything, dipped out once the other Cyclops left, and hey, everything is good. There's not too much of a paper trail, and I'm gonna say this too: more meddling of the divine. And I do believe that, like, gods are playing a very bad game of let's watch this nigga downfall, like he's just another Job a little bit. Cause certain stuff that does happens in these sagas, I'm just like, man, that could have been avoided if certain things weren't conveniently there. But also, as you said, Tencho, it's just like it is supposed to expose these flaws in judgment and the morality of a warrior and what it means to be one on the battlefield, of who you choose to kill versus who you choose to save, and
Yeah,
how
it's
you deal with
never an easy choice on those, bro.
ne-
Never one.
never, never.
So
Is
how we
this a
feeling
man
on a
or a
scale
beast?
of 1 to 10?
Oh, well, I ain't gonna lie. Just because of him standing on business at the end, that made it a 10. If
That's what I
if
see.
it's like it reminded me of man, just those powerful moments of like a character getting their get back and be like, yeah, I did this to you, the nigga that you've been running from, Odysseus, and just it's
Me.
just quiet, like,
Tell
nigga,
everybody.
the earth just shook.
Think
So
about me.
yeah, exactly. Signal about me while you dying.
Right.
Dying of thirst now. Drink my wine, now you dying of thirst.
Uh-uh. Jacob out of 10.
Yeah, that's a
Definitely
10
it,
for
yeah.
me, bro. That's a
Got
10.
it. I'm gonna go with the same thing. We got a perfect score across the board. The chant,
Oh yeah.
the chime in with the same music that, excuse me, that was in Warrior of the Mind. That boop, 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 like it's an effect in there that signifies Athena showing up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same thing when he goes, "Who, Athena?
Yeah.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you?" And the same exact thing, except it goes, "He's still a threat until he's dead. Finish it. Fuck
Yeah.
is you talking about? Finish his ass, boy."
Yeah.
But great. I told you everything with Athena, excellent.
Yeah.
Period. She's so
She
good.
kills it every time she's on screen.
And guess
Every
what's
time.
about to come on as the outro?
Ooh, boy. Oh man. Go ahead and introduce it.
That same toot 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 toot. That's
Mm-hmm.
the sound of her like showing up. Okay, now for me, like I said, Athena just does it. That's a 30
Yeah.
because they both win at each other. Like you being stupid, I didn't teach you to do all of this emotional stuff. You were supposed to kill him, and you literally disrespecting me. Well, I ain't disrespecting you. I'm doing what I feel is right, and you're not gonna keep telling me because if you knew anything, you would have friends.
Yeah. Oh that.
Treating
Oh it.
each other, bro, going crazy. And it's because I think both of them have this same feeling where it's like you I needed you to care about me and you cared about yourself and they were both doing it, so they had excellent reasons and they overlapped a lot in their problem with
Yes.
each other. It's like you can't disappoint me. Well, you ain't gonna be stuck in my head no more, and you can mess your own life up and at least you will stop messing my life up.
Right.
So I think that is an excellent song, full of emotion, so many good notes. Odysseus was singing back. He wouldn't finna get outsung because Athena will
Right.
outsing you if you're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
And so can Odysseus. Odysseus
Yes.
outsing Eurylochus on every song. But we're not gonna go on Eurylochus because he got it. And we'll
Yeah.
see in the kinda in the Ocean Saga, he'll turn up a
I
little
like
bit.
that. I like that both of them. They weren't wrong. Neither of them were wrong in their ways
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
thinking. And that's great. You know,
Yeah.
so people could
I
like form an opinion or a favorite on it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
yeah. I genuinely enjoyed the it felt like a real breakup song. Like, man, fuck
Mm-hmm.
you anyway. I don't care about you no more. You know what? You was fucking on my life. Go enjoy your shit.
Yep.
Bye. Like it felt like I was just watching like a breakup over something that could have been resolved over conversation, but they were just too stuck in what they felt was right. As you said, Tancho. Just like they both
That's
technically
Sergio.
were right. Hmm?
Chat. The word was chat.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, and like, man, I genuinely did enjoy it. It I say the thing that I hate about it though is that it felt so abrupt. Like, dang, like, was this his first time fucking up? Was this his second? Like,
How many
man, did
times
he?
did she ask him, "Have you
Yeah,
forgotten the lessons I taught you?" How many times did you hear
yeah,
her ask that?
yeah. And it's just like, how many times y'all have this metaphysical
I'm asking
argument of like,
you, how many
oh
times
me,
did you hear her say it?
um, dang, you know what? Now I'm calling for my passion now. Let me see. Oh, twice. The first time when yeah, War of the Mind, and then this time because she brings it up as they are going through the forest. You know, from being directed by the I would just say
Lotus
fish. I can't
eaters.
remember the name. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Lotus Eaters, and then that's when she popped in like, "Hey, bro, what you doing? Hold on, what's this?" So yeah, twice.
You out here
But
being
I
nice
mean,
to
like,
niggas? You
I
being
don't know.
amicable,
Maybe
bro?
for a divine God, like maybe you should have some more patience, bro. I'm
Two
just saying.
strikes.
yeah,
Nah,
You a
bro. It's
warrior
it's
yeah,
around
it's
you
and
around
that's the
some
thing
centuries.
about the Greek gods. They about what they about. They will help you. They'll do that thing, but they not. some more.
Well, at least you would think they'd have the wisdom to have some patience because they
Yeah,
know men fuck up.
And
They,
you
you
know
know
how
they
many times
human.
she's had warriors that made this fatal mistake that she probably is just sick and tired of it. The same way with a
Why didn't she
regular.
learn from it? She's a god.
yeah. It's almost like a reflection of her teachers now.
That's
And
what I'm
that's what I'm
saying.
saying. Like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
trying like to deify Greek gods is exactly why they're not deified,
Right,
because you're trying to turn them into something else because they have extra powers, but they're
yeah.
still subject to libido and ego and
Mm-hmm.
the regular things. What makes them different is that they're able to communicate in a way or off because they're from a different place. That doesn't make them
Right.
like infallible. And I think that's very important to understand when we're looking at this, is because it's like you would say God ain't supposed to get mad at people for doing what they want to do if it was a monotheistic God. You'd be like, what kind of
Mm,
God be getting mad and destroying shit when people don't do
right.
what they want? But part of part of the whole
Well,
situation. Is like you want
I mean, we
her.
could talk about Old Testament wrath of God. We could talk about that, but as a different subject. But like I feel like God even understood that. Over time, we gonna have some fucked up people just gonna be fucked up.
Yes.
And she
You know.
like, hey, you one of those. So go ahead, be and do what you finna
Yeah.
go do, because you clearly not trying to do what I requested.
Right.
Right. So the thing that messes me up with Athena, right? And both I enjoy both of your points. Yes, having a monotheistic God is something that I believe people like almost immediately default to. But here it's a statement that I always heard growing up. My God is a jealous God. He don't want you worshiping nobody else. What kind of God is that, my nigga?
Right. I
Respectfully.
The
never
And
heard
it's
that.
normal
like,
kind.
yeah, but you know what? For me, the normal kind of God didn't exist because there was I was introduced to so many. So it's
And
like
they
my
all
normal,
fit a normalcy. They all kind of human. They just better than
yeah,
humans because humans. So
yeah, and well, yeah, that's just what I was going to get to because we all shape our ideas and thoughts and perceptions around the idea of what a God is because of this existence we live in. So, hey, if we're created in their image or intention, we are just like them. So, yeah, as you said, they are not infallible beings because we are but mere reflections of them. But because of the higher existence that they live and operate in, it's just that different. It's just like a class issue of differences in perspective.
yep.
So, for me, you know, with Athena being the goddess of wisdom, um, and like logic and rationale, for
And
me,
war. And war.
yeah, and well, well, wouldn't that be more like
Kratos got that.
Aries though? Technically, I
Athena
mean,
is the goddess of war. Ares can be the god of war.
right?
Kratos got both of them in a headlock.
Yeah,
Kratos
that's
can't beat Athena. Never could.
He did.
Did not. Show me. Pull it up right now where he
I'm
did
just talking
something.
shit.
Right,
I'm
I was
just
about
talking.
to say,
I'm
because
just talking.
Kratos,
I'm just
little
glazing
fakos,
Kratos.
right,
I'm just
little
glazing.
glaze toast over here. No, bro.
but you are right though. She is the goddess of war. You are right, and with that mentality is the abstract absence of that nuance, that real emotional nuance that I feel is what all mentors should have. And in part with that very a we're moving militant. We cannot do these things. They are not rational in this specific field and situation. If you have them too close to you, you'll be right underneath the dirt with the worms and flowers, and everybody else that had it too.
And you
So
have to
I would,
remember that the Greek gods, they thrive off of aspects. That's where they
yes,
get their power from. So if they
yes,
don't have loyalty to that, that's when they can lose their power. There have been several Greek gods that lost the ability to be considered gods because their followers wasn't following.
yeah,
And that's a big thing for them, which is why she don't have no patience. It's like, bro, you make, and it's a like you said, the mentor syndrome, where it's like you're making me look weak because I taught you better than that. Your parents do the same thing, you know. It's like I taught you not to act up in school. You acting up in school is bad for me,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and that's
Yeah,
sort
nah.
of
I have something to intertwine on that.
mm,
I was gonna say, is the price of immortality loneliness? And I also want to say, if if these are Greek gods, don't they get to, if they have like a devout follower, aren't they allowed to keep that soul like in their realm or whatever? Or am I just thinking too optimistic on that?
there.
I'm kind of
So therefore,
familiar.
she wouldn't have to be alone. Maybe I don't know. I'm just, it's
So
just a question.
so before you answer, I what I think, and again, I could definitely be wrong, but from what I remember researching was that they don't necessarily keep their souls. Again, can be totally wrong. From what I remember, that praise and worship, it does grant them more ability to exist in a somewhat pseudo omnipresent way, because the larger the following, the larger your scope of influence and control, and intangibility in terms of like how you interact with the world and other gods is seen, because they play that whole I'm gonna play a oh god oh my god, what are my words today? It's like a play on names of ranking of kings. In Greek terms, it's like a ranking of gods, because like everybody kind of got like their tier status, and they really give a fuck about that shit. So for me, I mean, if they do use their souls, it's definitely some type of absorbance type of thing to just keep them strong, because it's a testament to the praise and worship and loyalty that
Uh,
their followers showed throughout their lifetime.
so it's not like a Athena heaven or a Zeus heaven, or you go to
Mm-mm.
underworld.
No,
Like so I was curious on how that kind of worked because they talking about she gonna be alone forever. So I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And I'm
the
like, yeah.
reason that he brought that up is because as an aspect driven individual, even in real life, if
Mm-hmm.
you're driven only by going to the gym, you're only going to be able to party with gym people because you're going to
Yep.
alienate yourself by being a singular aspect. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's more along the lines of what he's going with. Why you can't find a general is because all you care about is finding a general. And
Mm-hmm.
for story time today, which you missed, uh, Jay, uh, that's a similar situation that I'm in where I wanted my partner as a life partner. And because that was my concern, I am choosing to recognize that that may be a reason why I no longer have a partner. Is because I was thinking, let's just do it and we do it until the wheels fall off. And they was like, ain't
Yeah.
no wheels on this bitch. And I'm like, well, the wheels are here, but it's that singular aspect that drives wedges between people because it's like I
Mm-hmm.
said, their problem is Athena doesn't feel listened to and neither does Odysseus. As simple as that. They
Mm-hmm.
not in a
Yeah.
romantic relationship, but they feel unheard. You
Right.
don't respect that I didn't want to kill him, and you don't respect that he was gonna hurt you if you didn't kill him.
Right.
So it's like when it comes to that aspect of loneliness, Odysseus is clinging on to shit that ain't even his, saying that he know
Yeah.
he got something to go back to. So he like, I ain't gonna be by myself if you leave. But if I leave you, you gonna have to go and find you another warrior.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Long ass.
And you know what? That's a man, bro. Like, you know what? As you and my other fellow captain kind of just put out there with like the idea of loneliness, and yeah, you know, taking it out of the context of a romantic relationship, because I know most people only can look at loneliness via some parasocial stuff. And it's like y'all hit it right there on the nail. Y'all hit it right on the head. And that question of, what is loneliness and the price of immortality, if it comes with like you gotta constantly like find a new person once they mess up once or twice. Like there's no kind of grace. And as you said, with that beautiful example of like, hey, sometimes you know what? it can take acknowledging a mess up on your individual part to start the repairing and healing and acknowledgement of that. So that way, that general is gonna find you before you need to find it. And it's like for me, Athena is wise and is like great as she is. Yeah, that is a flaw in this specific situation because if she had, and I genuinely believe this in my heart of hearts, if she had like more of a conversation about like why they believe they both was right and how they both could have been wrong, I believe that would have built a stronger, you know,
Yeah,
thing
strong connection
because
right there.
an aspect of war is mental. That's 50% of the fight right there. You lose there, then you're already dead. You just the knife just ain't hit you yet. And strategy and logic go hand in hand with emotional intelligence and awareness. And because I feel Athena lacks a lot of that, and she's just looking for that grit. Yeah, that's why this happened.
She want them heads, boy. She want the
She wants,
heads chopped off, put on her coffee table in the morning.
man.
That's what she want.
I swear. So this one definitely is a 9 out of 10
I give it
for
an
sure.
8 out of 10 for me. I did like the survive. I like that one,
Hmm.
9 out of 10. Feel like it was a great lead up.
Like it felt like such a beautiful man. Fuck you, no, fuck you. But it was just like a I like it. It was like a mutual parting of something that was toxic and just stop being beneficial in every way you could think.
At least they cut it off right then and there. You know, most people be going on and all, trying to figure
Yeah.
this out and lingering
Hmm.
it on.
Yeah.
I'm giving this because, like I said, it's Athena. It's always a base 10, period.
Yeah.
I'm dropping this like a solid 17 because
I feel
such a
that.
simple idea and so powerfully executed is like for everything we've been discussing for the last 10 minutes, because this has
Hmm.
been a 10-minute session about this one
Facts.
song, is clearly top of the charts for me. Top of the morning,
Yeah.
top of the morning.
Top of the
Top of the
morning.
morning.
Top of the yes. You know
Top of
what?
the morning.
Because you know what? You are right. You know what? I gotta raise it to a 15 then. I gotta
Yep.
raise my shit to a 15 then. I can't even front. Because I can actually listen to this song outside of the context of the album. It's just like it's because I've been on both sides of that too. I've been the mentor and the mentee or
Pupil.
person being mentored. Yeah, there you go, pupil. And it's just like I've had both of those frustrations in my life. So yeah, you right. Yeah, yeah.
Bet.
That
So
that should
that's
definitely it for me.
overwhelmingly positive reviews on Yelp. We still have three more projects, but I am
Mm-hmm.
noticing that we're getting close to the 3 hour mark. And what I
Ooh.
would like to do is go ahead and end stream for today, and
Mm-hmm.
we can continue. And I'll just throw what we've already done and what we're going to continue off stream into one video, because I want to keep my video files a little bit more compact. And even when it comes
Right.
to streaming, we went from having a max 5 people here, we're down to one viewer. And I think Adelia is still here, which thank you for being here,
Right.
darling. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you. Shout out.
so Adelia is a streamer, and if I have my shout out command, so Adelia 89. You guys should follow her. She plays that's not my shout out command. Shout out Adelia. Um she's a Call of Duty mobile streamer from
Mm.
Australia. She's one of
I
my
used to play
international
that.
streamer friends.
Oh, she
So,
going crazy.
yeah, if you guys get a chance, I want you to go check out her Twitch. And she's a part of a really cool community. They've been really welcoming to me, and she's actually participated in some of the in the sponsor stream I did a few months ago for
Mm.
the Ant Swarm game, and she actually just recently
Yeah.
did a sponsor stream as well. So yeah, give her a look. But I'm gonna end it here, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out with me, everybody in chat. B God was excellent for the Troy saga, and he gave some really good insight that I think is going to be super important for the podcast, and I'm glad that I was able to read his comments as well. So we will do Ocean, Cersei, and Underworld together off stream, but we're gonna get out of here for now. Say goodbye, everyone.
Have a good
Bye,
night.
have a beautiful time.
Peace, guys.